Selena, do you know what I'm going to say?
Ugh, I have no idea. I don't have any reason to be lectured by you, you know?
I didn't say I would. I wonder why you think that.
You only contact me for that kind of stuff. Can't you praise me more instead of just scolding me? You're the worst parent. I want to give you a lecture instead.
Don't change the subject, please. Well, I'll be direct. Did you take the money again? That was our food budget for this month. Give it back.
Huh? What proof do you have that I took money from the envelope? I guess if $500 suddenly disappeared, that would be quite surprising. But just because you're freaking out, it doesn't mean you can take it out on me. I'll tell my dad that you called me a thief without proof.
Wait, how did you know?
Know what?
I just said the money was taken. I didn't mention $500 missing from the envelope. You seem to know the details. That's weird. I just withdrew money from the ATM a little while ago. Right after I got home, I went to the bathroom for a quick moment. It happened in just 2 or 3 minutes. So, only I should know that there was $500 in the envelope at this point. But how do you know that?
Why are you acting like a detective? Isn't it a parent's duty to give their child an allowance?
Am I your mother only when it's convenient for you?
You're so annoying. Anyway, I already spent that money. I can't give it back. Too bad.
Oh my god, already? What did you spend it on?
I just bought some stuff I wanted.
But that's a lot of money. It's not an amount high schoolers usually spend all at once, you know?
What? $500 is considered a lot? You're really sounding like a broke person. If you're a parent, isn't it normal to support your daughter? It's not like in your time. Nowadays, high schoolers spend money on makeup, fashion, fun stuff.
$500 is plenty. You haven't even had a part-time job, but you understand the value of money, huh?
Jeez. You know, you've been strangely confident lately.
What do you mean?
Just a little while ago, you were like a total kiss nose, always trying to please Dad and me, peeking at our mood, weren't you?
Are you trying to say that I was being a kiss-up or a brown nose?
Whatever. You're so annoying. It's just a little mistake. Jeez. You're just picking on me because you have nothing else to be proud of as an old lady, huh? So lame.
Well, yeah. I know you're struggling academically, so I won't push it further. But you should really try to improve your grades a bit.
What the heck? I'm not that bad, you know?
Getting a failing grade isn't exactly not bad, is it? You had a bunch of failing grades on the last exams because I got a call from your counselor.
Oh.
If you don't improve, you can't move up to junior, right? This high school is different from your middle school, which had let you graduate even with bad grades. You can really get left behind if you don't keep up.
Oh, seriously? I know all that stuff. Just cut it out. You're so irritating. I'm staying at a friend's place tonight. I don't want to see your face.
Fine. At least let your dad know which friend you're staying with, okay?
Shut up, old lady. So darn annoying. Hey, there was no money in your wallet this morning. What about my allowance?
Oh, you were trying to take money from my wallet again? What were you planning to use it for this time? You just never learn.
Shut up. You're too old to understand even if I told you. Don't complain about what I do. Haven't you gone to the bank again since then?
No, I decided not to carry much cash anymore.
Why?
I adopted mobile payments on the advice of a colleague. It turns out I can manage everyday expenses just fine without carrying my wallet. The world has become so convenient.
Oh, darn it. That's inconvenient for me.
Why?
Because I had to borrow money from friends the last time since $500 wasn't enough. You, as a so-called mother, are nothing more than a useless old woman. Your only value is giving money. If you can't even do that, you're really worthless to me. If you want to be considered my mom, give me money quickly. $300 would be enough.
If you're so insistent, why don't you ask your dad for it? Taking money from a wallet which belongs to someone you don't consider as a mother? It's like you're saying, I'm stealing from a stranger's wallet.
What are you talking about? Even though you usually act like a mother, why are you not one when it comes to money?
So, in your opinion, being a mother means giving money without question?
I said it's a parent's duty to give allowance to their children.
It's not an obligation, though. My role is to ensure that you don't develop a messed up sense of money. So, I still act like your mother, even in situations like now.
I don't get it. Just do something about $300 for me. I already promised to repay it tomorrow. You don't want me to lose my friends, do you? A mother's role is to ensure her child doesn't lose friends because of money issues. I'm telling you, you're a failure as a mother. If you get it, just give me the money.
Does your school have specific rules on part-time jobs?
What now?
Considering your grades, I think working shouldn't even be on your radar, but when a loan is involved, priorities change. You need to find a way to extend the deadline with your friend and pay back the money you borrowed with your own earnings.
What the?
It's better for your future to learn how to earn money on your own. If you take a loan, you have to pay it back yourself. When you enter the real world, no one will help you.
So, it's a parent's duty to help their child in a pinch. You, on the other hand, seem to only stop being a mother when it comes to money. You're just a stingy, money-grabbing miser, aren't you?
Either way, you used up the grocery money for this month. So we're on a shoestring until next paycheck. We'll be living on baked beans for a while.
Yeah, right? You want me, in my growing years, to put up with such a lousy meal?
Then give me back the $500 right away.
I told you I already spent it. Besides, if you're a housewife, managing around that much should be a breeze. Instead of complaining, you should figure it out. Seriously. Do you think you're in a position to defy me? I'll tell everything to Dad. If you don't want him to divorce you, give me $300 now.
Selena.
What?
Calm down and take a moment to reread this entire conversation.
Why? It won't change anything even if I did.
Because you sound incredibly embarrassing.
Geez, what are you talking about?
Talking to you while you're so worked up won't lead anywhere. Let's end it here for today. Cool your head.
Hey, where are you anyway?
I'm on a business trip and we'll be back tomorrow night. There's some pre-made food in the fridge, so just eat that.
You're seriously useless.
Selena, you took my credit card without asking, didn't you?
Oh, it's the stingy money-grabbing lady. Are you planning to lecture me pretending like a mother again? I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that.
Answer my question. Did you take my credit card?
Yeah, I did. I'm on a school trip from today, you know.
I gave you the maximum amount of $100 allowed by the school. Why do you need a credit card? And you even took it without telling me.
Well, if I told you, you'd stop me, right? So I had to sneak it out, of course. I mean, if you can't even figure that out, you're really dumb. You know, I'm going to New York City. I'll be heading to places like Macy's, FAO Schwartz, and Chelsea Market, so that small amount won't cut it. I'll be living it up with your money.
I see, but it's too bad for you.
What do you mean?
You see, Selena, that credit card is already canceled.
What? Canceled?
Yeah, I told the credit card company that I didn't need it anymore. So I've told them to make sure it won't work for any future transactions.
No way!
I was a bit busy and forgot to take the card that I couldn't use anymore out of my wallet, but you did.
Holy cow, what the heck? I had promised to treat my friends to lunch. If I can't use it, it's a big problem for me.
Do your best within the limits of $100.
Bring me a valid card right now.
Yeah, right. This is for the best. If it had been a functioning card, you'd have become a criminal.
Whatever. Do you think that's the issue here? I've told you before. Do you want to be divorced by Dad? Now bring it here.
Listen, Selena.
Come on, as soon as I snitch on Dad, he'll divorce you, you know.
We've already filed for a divorce.
What?
The expenses for the school trip and the $100 I gave you are my farewell gift. Your high school tuition, your allowance, your living expenses, and even your current phone bill. From next month onwards, you and your dad will have to manage on your own.
What do you mean?
Ask your dad about it. Since he and I are separated now, I am no longer considered family to you. I'm not your mother anymore, so you don't have to worry about me acting like one. Goodbye now.
Hey, I just got back from the school trip. Something weird is going on at home. Who's that woman?
Welcome back, Selena. It seems you still have some feelings to reach out to me. I thought that you'd never talk to an unrelated old woman like me anymore.
There's no one else who knows this situation. Anyway, who's that woman? She somehow found her way into the house.
You mean that woman in her early 20s who looks all flashy?
Yeah. I mean, she's like a streetwalker or something, super tacky. When I tried to ask Dad what was up, he was all lovey-dovey with her and told me off.
She's your new mom. I'm not sure if that's an appropriate way to put it, though.
What?
Which means she's going to be your dad's new wife.
Oh my god. Wait a second. You guys just filed for a divorce, and now there's someone new? It doesn't make sense, does it?
Considering you're a sophomore in high school, I think you can sense the situation, right? The reason for our divorce and the quick appearance of a new partner?
Did he cheat?
Yeah, he did.
No way. With a tacky woman like her?
Don't talk about your new mom like that.
No, I don't accept her as a mom. I seriously can't, you know?
But you also wear quite a lot of makeup for a high school student. You guys suit each other.
Don't joke around right now. Seriously, what's going on?
Is this some kind of prank? I'd like you to ask your dad directly for the details, but I don't want him to mislead you about the important parts, so I'll just tell you the bare minimum.
Tell me what's going on.
He's currently unemployed.
Oh, shoot. Why? He was a senior manager in the sales department of a major company. Didn't he have a good sales record? He said he could have been a director.
His success was attributed to taking credit for the achievements of his colleagues.
No.
Furthermore, he had an affair with the #1 dancer at a strip club where he entertained clients.
You mean that woman in my house? Oh my god, is she really a stripper? Sure, she looks like one, but seriously?
Yeah. He took her on business trips like he was on vacation. And he sometimes cooped up in a hotel with her during work hours. All of that led to his dismissal for misconduct.
That's crazy.
Moreover, he'll have to pay alimony to me, so his savings will most likely be depleted. He's unemployed now and likely struggling to cover living expenses. I bet he can't even afford to give you an allowance.
No, why? Why did you leave him? You married him because you loved him, right? How could you just hand him over to that tacky woman? Don't you regret it?
Well, I think those feelings vanished pretty quickly, thanks to you, Selena.
Huh? Me? Why? Is it my fault now? I don't get it. Explain.
Do you remember when I married him when you were in 8th grade?
Yeah, I guess.
Before the wedding, you sweet-talked that you wanted me to be your mom, right? But after we got married and started living together, things changed. You started asking me for money, and when I refused, you'd yell at me. In the end, you started stealing money from my wallet.
Because you didn't give it to me. Giving your child an allowance is a parent's duty, right?
Not exactly.
Why not? You used to whenever I asked. You're the one who neglected the duty of being a mother and became a monster who only lectured me. I'm not the one to blame.
Initially, I was feeling pressured to be liked by you. At the same time, I was struggling with how to deal with you. Maybe the way I behaved gave you an impression of being weak, and your selfish behavior escalated. When I tried to consult your dad, he just blamed me and said I was the problem. While I was dealing with the complicated situation with both of you, his affair came to light.
Jeez.
I realized there was no need to tolerate this anymore. Then I headed straight for a divorce.
I noticed you've been quite assertive lately. Is that the reason?
That's right. This is what you mean when you say you've reached your limit. I just wanted to make a clean break and took the plunge. I'm very satisfied now that I've distanced myself from the selfish monster. I'm wondering why I didn't do this sooner.
Oh no.
So, Selena, all your fees for school, living expenses, and everything else, you'll have to manage it all by yourself now.
Listen, I'm coming to live with you.
Why?
If I'm not wrong, when parents divorce, if the child is over 14, they can choose which parent they want to live with, right?
You know that well. I'm surprised that you're educated on this matter when you're terrible in school.
See, I'm smart, right? Are you changing your mind about me? So, I'll follow you.
That's impossible.
Why? I can't believe you're giving up custody of your daughter. Are you really a mother being like this?
You totally misunderstand. It was all wrong from the beginning.
Huh?
I never had custody of you.
What do you mean?
I mean that quite literally. I never adopted you legally. When I divorce your dad, who's your actual parent and the custodian, we become unrelated.
Seriously?
That's how it is. So let's end our conversation here.
No, wait, Mom.
I wanted to hear that earlier.
Wait.
Goodbye, Selena. After some time, I heard that the new woman disappeared. My ex-husband had concealed the fact that he had lost his job, which finally came to light. He intended to be supported by her, but as soon as he realized that it wouldn't happen, he told Selena to drop out of school and start working. The school counselor introduced her to a live-in job, recommended taking the GED program online, and told her to escape from her toxic parents. It was fortunate that there were adults nearby who didn't abandon her, but guided her. She was stunned by the advice, at first, but soon came to her senses. Also, I heard through an acquaintance that she was reflecting on her attitude towards me. I hope she will turn over a new leaf, appreciate the value of money, and live her life. I had been somewhat concerned about her, so I felt relieved after hearing all this. And I finally agreed to the overseas assignment I had been offered for a while.
Sean, Dad's condition has worsened. Come to the hospital. I can't. What? You can't? You're off work today, right? I can't because it's my day off. I'd rather have an excuse to skip work. Why is it getting worse on the weekends? Get a clue, Dad. What are you talking about? I've decided to take a good day off. I'm a cog in a machine. I need my rest. Wait a minute. What are you really saying? Your father's condition has deteriorated. He might not make it. If I don't take today off, my job at the end of the week will be in jeopardy. Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused your father? I didn't ask for anything. You didn't ask? You didn't ask Dad to pay for an expensive private high school just because you wanted to go there? And because you didn't study hard, you wasted 2 years of your life. And after that, you went to an expensive private college. But you didn't ask Dad to pay for that either? Or you took classes because you were inspired by your friends in cartoons or TV dramas, and quit all of them right after you started learning. You didn't ask for it all, huh? Don't you realize how much money, time, and effort it took? It's a natural obligation for parents to spend money, time, and effort for their children. It's part of the parent's duty of support, you know? That's my sister with a high school diploma. Are you talking about obligation to provide education? Then don't you know that compulsory education is until the age of 16? Anyway, I can't go. You even got married over Dad's objection. You booked an expensive wedding venue just to look good, but in the end you couldn't pay for it yourselves, and you cried for help to Dad because you couldn't afford it. He got to see me on my wedding day, so he got his money's worth. Are you serious? How many times has your father followed up on your reckless behavior? Can I go? I need to get some rest. If you still have something to say, call Hannah. She's out today. Hannah might be able to come over. Hannah? She's my wife, so she's like a sister-in-law to you. So what? Dad's own son should come first. Say hello to Hannah. Oh yeah, by the way, what's the inheritance like? Inheritance? Call me when you've decided on that. Your father's in a dangerous state, but he's still hanging in there. Oh, if you're going to have the funeral, can you make it a weekday? Then I'll have an excuse to take off work, and the inheritance will be split into 3. Me, you, and Hannah. 2/3 for us. Sis gets a third. I can't believe it. And I don't know anything about funeral arrangements. You do it, sis. You're the oldest. You live in Dad's house. You've been taken care of more than I have, right? I didn't benefit from that. Dad took care of you more than he took care of me. Don't you realize how selfish you are? You're the one being selfish. You graduated from high school and you've been living off Dad. Living off Dad? Still living in your parents' house. Why don't you learn to stand on your own 2 feet? You don't know anything. You don't even want anything to do with me. You never came home, so you don't know anything about our situation. I've been in touch with him. I'm a busy man. I can't come visit so often. All you ever contacted Dad about was to ask for money. Last year you called him on his birthday, but you never wished him happy birthday. All you talked about was money, and Dad was really shocked. Birthday? Why would a guy care about that? I don't even know Dad's birthday. And yet you ask for cash for your own birthday every year. I'm his kid. Talking to you anymore just irritates me. I don't even need you to come to the hospital. You don't even plan on coming anyways. I'll see you later. Hannah, where are you now? I asked Sean, but he said he doesn't know. We're about to head to the crematorium. We're all going to take the bus. Oh, don't worry about me. Please go to the crematorium. But I can't just leave you here. It's okay. I know where the crematorium is. Actually, my stomach's been upset since this morning. Oh, are you okay? Did you have to go to the washroom? Yes, that's right. Oh, I took some medicine. I'm sure it will help in a little while. Don't worry about me. You guys can go ahead. Really, I know where the crematorium is. Okay, then. We'll start heading there. Do you want Sean to stay with you? It's okay. He's the father's son. He should stay with his father during his last moment. Sean is not that commendable. Really? Don't worry about me. We'll go ahead then. It's a 15-minute drive from here. I asked the staff to arrange a cab for you. Call me right away if you need anything. Got it. I'm really sorry I got a stomachache at such an important time. I'll text Sean too. Hannah, are you sure you're okay? I'm fine. Did you finish everything already? We're about to collect the remains. Well then, don't worry about me. Please just concentrate on that. It's the last time with your father. I'm just doing what I have to do here. What are you? I took a cab from Sean's parents' house. I'm sorting out stuff right now. What? Sorting out stuff? You mean my parents' house? I thought you had a stomachache and had to go to the washroom. Oh, that's a lie. I don't have a stomachache. I can't stop laughing and my side might hurt a little actually. Why are you at my parents' house? I mean, you don't have the key, do you? Sean gave me the key. I don't think Sean has the key either. He said he borrowed it from your bag. See, you've been on the move since this morning. You left your bag unattended, right? No way. He took the keys from my bag without permission? There were so many keys in the key case. It took me a while to figure out which one was which. Are these company keys or something? You graduated from high school and you were a regular employee at your father's company, weren't you? I have a very important key, so give it back to me right away. I won't lose them. I mean, it's impossible to return them right away. I'm in the middle of sorting through important stuff right now. What are you talking about? Why are you organizing stuff at my parents' house? Because this house will be mine and Sean's, right? So while there's no one around to get in the way, I'm going to get rid of unwanted stuff as soon as possible. Unwanted stuff? The house will belong to you and Sean? What are you talking about? I heard from Sean. He said 2/3 of the inheritance is ours. The company, the house, and the cash. We agreed that the house and the company would go to us and half of the cash to you. Wait a minute. We don't know anything about the inheritance yet. Besides, my brother and I have the right to inherit. You have no right, unless there's a will. What are you talking about? I'm like a daughter too. You're only a daughter-in-law on paper. Don't be so cold. Cold? You've never had anything to do with us. Only at a time like this you call yourself daughter. You're the one who's cold. Sis, you're terrible. I thought of you as my real family. Even if we were to divide the inheritance into 3 parts, if the house and the company are yours and half of the cash is yours as well, that's not divided equally. Well, your father was a president of a company. He didn't have any hobbies, and he's not a spender. He must have been a big hoarder. The cash must be huge. Don't make assumptions. Sean's going to be the president of the company. I'll be the housewife in this house. I'm going to renovate the house with the cash your father left us. That's the plan, so I'm going to throw away all of the stuff that's in the way. Don't touch my father's stuff! What are you talking about? Oh, I see. You don't understand because you only have a high school diploma. We'll sort through his belongings and sell what we can for money. Of course, I'm not just going to throw away your father's stuff. You really are a high school graduate if you don't know how to do something smart like this. When Sean becomes president, he'll have to ask the high school graduates to leave. What kind of stuff doesn't belong to my father? You don't mean my stuff? Correct. I don't need the stuff of a woman who lives in her parents' house forever. I'll just throw it away. Wait a minute, there's stuff related to work, you know. Oh, then I'll just put them at the front of the door. Oh my God, I'm so kind. If you don't pick them up tonight and take them somewhere else, I'll throw them out in the morning. How selfish can you be? Sean is terrible, but you too. You've never been part of our life, and now when Dad died, you suddenly act like this? Do you think everything will go your way? Well, now that your father passed away, did you think you were going to be the president of the company? Of course a college graduate is better than a high school graduate. You're the one who's been a sore on your father's back for all these years. Don't think that you can suck sweet juice from your late father. Get out of here, you inheritance-seeking parasite. Fine, good luck with that. That's my line. Sean will be the president of the company, and I'll be the wife of the president. Don't worry, we're in for smooth sailing. I've made all the preparations for that. Hey, I heard you came to our house while I was gone. Don't be selfish. This house is ours. I just went to clean out things. Good for you. So, was there anything worth money? Don't hide it. I'm afraid not. I brought back some of my father's hobby stuff, like a map of all the places to eat and drink. I didn't know he had such a hobby. And I got rid of some of his belongings. So the house looks much nicer now, doesn't it? Yes, it does, but wasn't there really nothing of value? Please don't lie to me. I would never lie. My father didn't have anything expensive to begin with. What? Really? Even though he's the president of a company? That reminds me, when will Sean show his face at the company? He's going to join our company, right? How can the president show his face so easily? More importantly, when does he receive his remuneration as president? I don't know why you're getting the wrong idea. I'm the president of the company, so if Sean wants to join the company, he'll have to get an interview with me. Huh? You're the president? Wait a minute, I thought we talked about your share of the inheritance. 2/3 of the inheritance is yours, right? That's right. Well, I'm sorry, but I took over the presidency when my father was still alive. I've been the president for over 6 months now. You're lying. That's not what I heard. That's right. When Sean contacted us, he only talked about asking for money. Whenever we contacted him, he either ignored us or didn't listen to us. And to top it off, the house you guys are living in, it's in my name now. So it's up to me what to do with the house. I beg your pardon? Right after my father collapsed and was hospitalized, I sorted stuff out. I knew Sean would do whatever he wanted anyway, although I didn't expect what you've done after the funeral. Dumping my stuff on the doorstep and staying at the house? Please explain properly. What do you mean sorted out? As for the company, it was just me taking over as originally planned. The house was transferred to my name after Dad was admitted to the hospital. A gift tax was a waste of money, but Dad gave most of his cash to me in a lump sum during his lifetime. Wait, so the inheritance we're getting is... The cash inheritance in my father's account is only a few dollars. A few dollars? By the way, if you guys are going to live in that house, can you pay rent to me? I'm just trying to get a ballpark figure. I'll give you a little discount as the family price. I'll let you stay for $2,000 a month. What? There's no way we can pay that much. We don't have a job. You don't have a job? Of course not. Because Sean was going to succeed his father and become the president. Or rather, make him the president. You're just a high school graduate. I'm a college graduate. What? What kind of lie is that? It's not a lie. My mother passed away when I was about to go to college, so I joined my father's company instead of Mom. At the time, his company was on the verge of collapse, so I tried to fix it through trial and error. That's why I stayed at my parents' house sometimes to have management meetings with my father. You stayed? I thought you were a parasite. Didn't you know I have my own house? I mean, you packed all of my stuff from my parents' house and dumped them. You didn't think it was too little for someone to be living there? I didn't think it was that much. I live in a high-rise condo. A high-rise condo? When the company started to turn around and its business was on the upswing, Dad gave me the money he spent on Sean so that we would be equal. That's why you live in a high-rise condo? It was also a convenient place to go to college. I didn't know you had a college degree. You graduated from high school and joined your father's company, right? After that, I took the college entrance exam again and graduated from college. I wanted to study business management. I worked while I studied, and I put what I learned to good use. I enjoyed my studies very much. I think that's when you guys got married. I had just graduated from college. You never told me that. You weren't interested in me. So what about our share? Nothing? Maybe 2/3 of the few $100s left in my father's account. That's ridiculous. How are we supposed to live on that? You're the ones who quit your job. By the way, if you can't pay the rent, please get out of my house. I'm the landlord. I don't need a security deposit. Just pay me $2,000 for this month's rent by the end of this month. Of course it's impossible. Then I'll have to ask you to leave. That's also impossible. We have nowhere to go. Since you're the president of a company and have a nice place to live, please offer this house to us. And Sean, he doesn't have to be the president of the company. Please make him at least a vice president. Absolutely not. I'll ask the high school graduates to leave. You said that high school graduates are not suitable for our company, right? You said that. Sean is a college graduate, so he is a capable person. Sean didn't graduate from college. What? What did you say? He wasted 2 years to get into a private college where the tuition was so expensive, but he didn't have enough credits, so he was held back. Later, he said, I don't want to study with someone younger than me. One day, he decided to quit college all of a sudden. Wait, what's his academic history? He graduated from high school. Oh no! No patience, no foresight. And most of all, no compassion. I don't need that sort of person, so tell him to find another job. Well then, call me again when the rent is ready. Wait a minute, sis! Please help us! Aren't we your cute little brother and sister? Don't ignore me! Listen to me, sis! I eventually asked my brother and Hannah to move out since they could not pay the rent. I leased the place I was living in and moved into the house my father left me. I renovated the house nicely with the money my father gave me before he died. I am now married and living with a trustworthy man whom I met at my father's company. He was my father's right-hand man. I then filed a restraining order against my brother and his wife and ignored all their requests for money. They are now living in Hannah's parents' house, but the parents are collecting 2/3 of their earnings as rent.